One thing is sure that the economy is a complex set of variables that not a single person can actually pinpoint and tell you this is exactly how this will play out, because most of the time you never know what's going to happen and how the economy is going to behave in the future based upon the variables, because you have two sides of the camps. You have an inflationary camp and you have a deflationary camp, because a lot of people that I listen to, they are well-known, mainstream economists, and the inflationary camp give you the narrative that because this is a debt-based system and the debt has to grow because there is no way the governments can finance their debt at a higher interest rate. So the interest rate has to come down, which means they will have to grow the debt, which means more money is going to be printed, and eventually this is going to be an inflationary force. But when I listen to the deflationary camp, especially Raul Paul, I have been listening to his podcast over the weekend, and that actually blew my mind. What he's trying to say, and I'm going to summarize to you in this video. What he's trying to say, I'm not saying he is wrong or right, but he has some very valid points with regards to how the economy will behave in the next 6 years or 6 years beyond. This will completely change the way we work, and this will also completely change the way we invest in the markets. Because what he's saying is there's going to be a massive deflationary nuclear bomb that is coming our way, and a lot of traditional investors and economists, they're not even looking at it, they're not even acknowledging it. Okay, so what he's trying to say, and bear with me because I'm going to break it down to you at a very, very basic level. What he's trying to say is, in the past, all the technological revolutions have replaced the blue collar jobs, like in the industrial revolution. When we brought automation and microprocessors and computers into the mainstream, it replaced the industrial workers. Mainly, majority of them were manual labor, blue collar type of the jobs. Those were impacted as a result of the technological revolutions. This time, AI is going to replace the white collar jobs. So think of the knowledge worker. Okay, the knowledge worker is somebody who is using the knowledge that they have in their head. Okay, or they have access to in terms of the literature, and they are giving you advice, or they're giving you consulting, or they are giving you some sort of a value that you're ready to pay for that today. Okay, so think of lawyers. Okay, if you need a legal advice or you want them to review a contract or draft a contract, you hire a lawyer, and they use the knowledge that they have in their head or they have access to. Okay, and they charge for that work. You value their work today, that's why you pay to get their services. Think of financial advisors. Okay, you go to them, you sit down with them, you take their advice with regards to financial decisions that you're going to make. You pay for their services because you value their services, their knowledge. Think about teachers, coaches, mentors, consulting advisors. Okay, the whole consulting business that we have today, McKinsey, Deloitte, E&Y, Accenture, think about them. How much disruption the AI is going to bring in those kind of knowledge worker jobs. Okay, so imagine in the next 3 to 5 years, AI is going to bring a massive disruption in a sector where the jobs are highly paid. Okay, the individuals that are doing these kind of jobs, they are educated, very well educated, very highly paid in the society, and they are also the force of consumption in the economy. So they spend money in the economy, which is also a major contribution towards GDP. Okay, so imagine when AI is going to disrupt these jobs, the knowledge worker jobs, how much impact is going to bring in terms of the jobs displacement, and how this is going to bring their wages, because now the AI will do the same job that they're doing much faster and much efficiently. The AI will have the IQ of, let's say, 100 times that what you have today, and the AI can do that job in a much efficient way. Okay, so this will drive the wages down among the humans who are doing these type of jobs. So that will be a deflationary pressure in the economy. Okay, so you are replacing a class that is heavily paid, and they are also spend money in the economy. That class is going to be replaced, and whoever is left, their wages will be contracted. Okay, because AI can do much better job much faster. So if you consider both sides of arguments, you have an inflationary argument because the money printing is going to continue, which is going to service the debt, and that will increase the prices of goods and services because that's inflationary. And then you have this whole deflationary nuclear bomb, which a lot of investors and mainstream economists are not really considering it. And the speed the AI is coming our way, like in the last 2 years, think about how much difference it has created since the launch of ChatGPT. If you are an investor in the US, in Canada, or in Europe, and you are considering investing into Dubai real estate market, this video is for you, because we have a platform called Stake, which allows you to invest into the residential real estate market and start earning rental income right away without going through a lengthy documentation process or coming up with a heavy down payment. Stake is built upon the concept of crowdfunding. So it is democratizing the entire investment strategy and allows you to own a single unit of the entire investment portfolio. So you don't have to own the entire property, right? You can be part of the pool that can actually own a piece of property, a piece of real estate. So that allows you to start with as low as 2,000 dirhams, and you can slowly ramp up. So as you start investing into it, you can not only own a bit of real estate, but you also get a portion of the rental income on monthly basis. So it's a passive investment strategy, diversifying your portfolio from traditional North American or European markets into Dubai, which is hustling and bustling and growing very fast, and allows you to build your wealth over time. So don't delay. There is a link down there in the description. If you click on this, it will give you free 200 dirhams in your account right away to start with, and you can thank me later. Okay, so you have a massive deflationary force coming in. You have definitely some inflationary forces as well. And both of these forces will always collide. They always cross currents in the economy. And when you listen to Raw Paul, he says the deflationary force is going to overcome the inflationary force coming in from money printing. And you think about the GDP. The GDP has three variables. You have population growth, you have productivity growth, and then you have debt. So across the Western world, population is not growing, it's declining. Okay, Canada has 1.3 child per woman birth rate. Look at Japan, what's happening with Japan. Okay, so that's why Canada and other Western countries, they need immigration to sustain the next 30 years. Otherwise, the society will collapse. So population growth is a problem. Debt, which is supposed to be producing goods and services, because it's a debt-based economy. But since 2008, all the debt that we are, bringing into the mainstream, it is just used to service the existing debt. So it's being consumed that way. It's not producing goods and services, which means there is not much productivity that we are increasing in the economy. So all of these three variables are not working. That is supposed to be producing GDP. So when you have this GDP contraction also happening, and at the back of the GDP contraction, you have this deflationary force coming in because of AI, imagine what it is going to do. And then you think about the investing scenario. Today, we see startups coming up, you have valuation going into it, $100 billion, like OpenAI, if they did a funding round and they saw the valuation gone up to like $150 billion. So 5 years down the road, when you see the new startup coming up and you know that the entire work is done by the AI, how would you do the valuation in that case? Okay, so you're investing psychology in terms of putting money into the startups. That is going to be completely changed. Okay, you're not going to use the same variables that you use today in order to invest into the future companies. So the investing psychology, investing methodology, that is going to be changed in the next 3 to 5 years. So a lot of unknowns, but I think what we know that this technological revolution is going to stay. The AI is going to accelerate at a much exponential rate, and the technologies like blockchain, cryptocurrency will also run along with that. Okay, so all of these things are painting a very scary picture, to be honest, but I think we as humans and investors, we have to keep our eyes open. We have to be ready for that. We have to embrace this change. Whoever is going to stay away from that technological revolution, they will be left behind. That's for sure. So you and I should make sure that we embrace this change. We learn how to work with machines, work with AI, so we can rally that wave that is coming our way at a much faster rate. Anyway, you let me know what you think about that. Put your comments down below. I want to listen your feedback as well. What do you think about this whole AI revolution? How you are going to respond to that with regards to your employment and investing psychology? Let me know what you think about that. And if you like this video, give me a thumbs up and subscribe, and check out my newsletter that I send out every week, because that has a lot of value into it that I'm trying to put and create for you. Let me know what you think about that, and I'll see you in my next video.